Next, we shall look at equality of matrices. Two matrices which have the same order are said to be equal if their corresponding elements are equal. So two matrices can only be equal if one, they have the same order, and two, the element as contained in matrix A must be equal to the element as contained in matrix B. It is only on these two conditions that two matrices are said to be equal. For example, given that A with element A11, A12, A21, and A22, and matrix B with element B11, B12, B21, and B22, these two matrices can only be said to be equal if and only if A11 is equal to B11. That is, this element must be equal to this element. A12 must be equal to B12, and A21 must be equal to B21, while A22 must be equal to B22. It is only on this condition that these two matrices are said to be equal. And if you look at it, they are both 2 by 2 square matrices, and that is why we said they are equal. So example 2, that given that matrix A, let's call this matrix A matrix with element x2 minus 4y is equal to matrix with element 3, 2 minus 4, 1, we are asked to find the values of x and y. Now, given that they are equal, it therefore means that, remember we said A11 must be equal to B11, and A11 is said to be x, and x must be equal to B11 is said to be 3. So for these two matrices to be equal, it therefore means that x is equal to 3. And what about y? We said y is occupying the space A22 must be equal to B22, and A22 is y, so y is equal to 1. So it is only on this condition that these two matrices are said to be equal. That brings us to the end of today's class. In today's class, we have been able to define a matrix as a rectangular array of numbers that can be enclosed within brackets. We were also able to say that a matrix can be denoted using capital letters, while the elements of the matrix are said to be represented using small letters. We are able to define the rows and the columns being the vertical arrangement of numbers and the horizontal arrangement of numbers. We also looked at the order of matrices, where we said it is based on the number of rows and based on the number of columns, and we look at it as n by n matrices, where we said if the rows and the columns are said to be equal, then we refer to it as a square matrix. We also looked at equality of matrices. I would say two matrices are said to be equal if all the elements in matrix A are said to be equal to the elements in matrix B, and that their order are said to be equal. Kindly like my videos as you watch, while I recommend that you subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do so, and also follow me on Facebook at my lesson teacher Matt, as well as on TikTok as my lesson teacher. Turn on the notification bell so as to be notified whenever a new video is being uploaded, while you are allowed to use the comment section to interact with me on areas that are still difficult for you to understand. While I recommend you share the link with your friends and families so that they can also benefit from our daily classes. See you in our next class, where we shall be looking at addition, subtraction of matrices. We shall also look at scalar multiplication of matrices and matrix multiplication. Thank you, and do have a nice day. See you tomorrow.